kickstart this new series that we are having. And it will be about his Satvik transformation, his journey that he has had in the past 1 year, 10 months to 1 year. And over to you, Chidanand sir. I hope we will gain a lot. Many of us have seen that transformation over the past few months, but we do not know the backstory. And I really hope that your transformative journey will kickstart many such journeys for all of us. So please start. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. This is Saturday, 7 a.m. Weekend is unfolding for all of us, and for some of them is still early. People will join. I understand they may be still on the bed. I'm sure they will join very soon. Just technical checkup. Is the recording is on now?
Yes.
Okay. And I guess my voice is coming through, right? Thanks. Yeah.
Yes.
So, like any activity we do, always, at least I have little bit of those exam syndrome. So, hopefully everything goes well. So, I tried myself to take a help in the last minute and things like that. Let's see how things goes. Thank you. So, this is my journey. Probably the same time last year, how was he and what I'm now. And some of you have seen my always used to tell Palakji my version 3.0. There is also version 1.0 and 2.0 of mine. Most of you have not seen that. So there is a little bit of my effort to tell little bit of 2.0 also. Not it's definitely not 1.0 at this stage. Okay, just setting the stage. Lot of us look into the transformation which you can see. All of us know this is not the only one when we talk about the Satvik. So particularly looking at the physical transformation is the left. What you can see, there is some people. I don't think you can see me there, but yes, and you can definitely see some person in the right side. This is one of the latest one. I think 2 weeks back images. Yes, in the left one also I am there. In the left one, leftmost person is what I am. This is taken in February 2024. Actually, they are my office colleagues in one of the event which is happening. One of our visitors was coming. We're getting ready for it. So that's what I am. I guess you see what I am now there. So starting in the January 2024, normally we all start a new year, even though New Year is not for current Hindu religion though, but all of us believe January is the start of the year. That's how I was in. Okay, I was just coming out of the Christmas and coming out of a surgery from hospital for almost around 15 days and having a BMI of 33. 33 is considered red or a deep red border case. And the relationships, where I'm in, it was in the rock bottom. I really hit some I should not call peak, lows of the relationship somewhere in the middle of the January. Lot of negativity, negative thoughts was in my mind at that time. I'm actually, you guys are not witnessed me, but I'm primarily an introvert. Myself. That was my life was. At that age, I was honestly a lot of victim mode syndrome. You type of the things are. So when all these things happen, we also get embrace some habits which is not considered good. It may be getting surrendered to one of the habits or addiction is what is called. It may be alcohol with the bad friends or with social media. Coincidentally, I was in the social media gang at that time. But I will tell you my story how social media made miracles for me a little bit later. So this is January 2024. Today, when I'm talking about it, probably I'm sharing some of the things. Is truly my personal story. Is most of you don't know it. Uh, Hopefully, I will carry through in my conversation. Sometime I may get choked. In fact, one of my cousin warned me and cautioned me, "Hey, be careful about this." But still, I do it. I know I'm in the safe zone and the same environment here. Q2, okay, with all of them was talking about what I did in January. I was really, really wandering the whole of the February, March, even month of April, also seeing what need to be done, what is this all about, how things are going in. I don't think I was not in any control at that particular time. Well, physically, yes, people can see it, but I'm talking about my mental state at that particular time. So Q2 was a turning point for me. It's just a coincidence. I always used to, hate, not envy, hate my daughter being the Instagram and, saying that spend a lot of time in that. I also got embraced to it somewhere, probably in the January itself, and look into the Instagram, ads and going through some of the scrolling through that. Then three things happened to me at that time. The one I can see three images. I guess you know two of them because all of us come from the middle one, which is a Satvik movement Insta. If you see that image, the image is a beautiful image. So as soon as I saw that image in the Insta, also I got attracted. Obviously, I'm also cautious about how much money I need to shell out, and I'm not very rich in that way. So that was around 990 or something like that. Wow, I think something I can try it. So subscribed something called UHC, Ultimate Health Challenge. I was wondering what does that mean. Didn't have much idea at all. The one was in the left is Yukti. Yukti is my leadership coach. She teaches two elements of leadership. There is multiple elements. Two leadership principles she coaches. One is that called a spiritual leadership. Number two is servant leadership. So I'm also got through an Insta thing. She had multiple modules I will talk about shortly. And a TBF, I think all of you know. I also gone through one of the Insta handles. Someone was talking about the book reading. Wow, that's interesting because I wanted to do. I was doing a lot in the past. When I started going to my progressive lens, somehow didn't go well, so I stopped reading it all. And there is one more person. She is shy enough. She didn't give um, her image. Till I don't have it. I'm associated almost for 9 months now. It is Sharon. She is through a referral. She was my therapist at that time. Still, I am associated with a therapist. So you understand when I talk about all these things, what was the state I was in? I'm still taking some of the help from a therapist. So with all this thing happening, I will give. Let me go a little bit of each one of them. Probably I will tell that later. Yeah. So we had Palakji talked about chalo we need to do a Satvik story. I was wondering what is Satvik is all about. We heard about all the other different terminologies are, and a lot of people associate with that a physical. Is it a fitness regime? Go to gym, walking, and things like because that is what very easily seen or to all of us. We can observe that, but really Satvik talks about something beyond that. It is just one element of that is a physical things are. Second one, it talks about a mental state, and third one is a spiritual well-being that actually called as a soul. Still I'm trying to understand what does that mean. The image in the bottom which gives some sort of a perspective of that. So as I mentioned, three members, actually three groups, which is coincidentally, fortunately, I got through Insta. That is always I say people, Insta and the social media help me out. Instead of a lot of people use that for detoxing, de-addicting from the social media. But I always want to get addicted because that's what I gave me a lot of positive vibes so far in my life. I joined Yukti's multiple programs starting from May 2024, UHC in the month of June. Once UHC happened, TBF, our own bibliophile in July. So all of us know what is UHC is. I will probably skim through the next following 5 or 6 slides, which talks about what is UHC is, which is introduced, what is a healthy lifestyle is. which I just started doing it. In fact, being technical and IT word, I understand little about the technical terms are, but the Subhas and her program fooled me royally. I really mean these words, okay? And it was actually Zoom call or something like that. All recorded. I didn't know it's recorded at all. I was wondering why the live type of the signal is not coming out, why they are not talking it. They manage that particular flow so well, including the breaks and the weather conditions are, and use the right word so that all of us get feel we are connected. It after 3 or 4 days, I come to know it was a recorded one. So actually, UHC, I think all of us know. I'll quickly browse through it. They talks about the 7 habits in that, and also book also talked about Satvik Revolution. And habit one, which is called the keep the clean body within. Within is a one which we can't see it, all right? So how do we clean it? So there is couple of days of session, including starting with telling how the body internal structure is. We have a solution available through our own most neglected juice and ashgard, which can detox our body really well, and have a breakfast which is primarily fruit based, and have a lunch too. Don't lose the fiber is very important to our life, and around in the afternoon. And eating dinner, normally we used to do I used to do 9, 10, 11 is also sometime, and try to do dinner by 7. And it's how the habit one started talking about it, just changing your food style. Very easy to do it, sounds like, but I can tell you it is not. Your body will give lot of signals saying that no, don't do that, I'm feeling hungry, give me that. And they also suggested there is something called a true hunger and the false hunger. I started identifying both of them and try to respect the true hunger is, start ignoring false hunger through this simple water bottle of it. Whenever hunger happens, I started drinking more and more, but water. Moving to the next one. Eat living, wholesome, and plant-based food. Wow, what does this mean? I thought whatever we are eating, everything is good because I'm vegetarian by birth. So I thought everything I'm eating is a good thing. Is then this one said eat living food. What does that mean? So there are a lot of things what we are reviewing it. If anything is a living, that doesn't come from factory, it comes from the mother earth. That's how the first thing came in. So anything is a factory made is not a living one. So it very clearly, taken something off my plate. I used to love Coke. In fact, I used to have a Coke bottle more than a water bottle in the fridge, in my fridge, almost everything. I need to remove it. Chod diya. Like that, the lot of our own lace and all those attractive, addictive chips, chod diya. Then she also said, packaged food, stop it. In fact, even some of the things what used to get good healthy one processed but packaged. Okay, including the oil. Okay, it's all packaged, right? Our rice is packaged, all branded. Salt is all packaged. Say no. Okay, chhod diya. Then it didn't go there. Further, they say no three white devils. It seems. Yes, what is devil? That is actually my life office. What is being a South Indian? Rice is our staple food. Without rice, in fact, we use as a right in the morning, afternoon, evening. In fact, we have hundreds of varieties and dishes made of rice. It says no white rice. Okay. I was wondering why I'm leaving at that moment. Okay. Then sugar. In fact, we used to feel proud. We use a sugar, that too sugarcane based and really nice. No, we should not use it. Drop it. The next one, which is we uses that almost in every festival. In fact, I learned it at least in South India. Festival means is a feasting day for us. Apart from the ritual stuff, which my mom and does it in a puja room, for me is a feast. That means enjoy the food. One of the things what we uses in that is maida. Okay, maida is for which use it is I think puram puli. I don't know. I forgot. We call it obatu in Kannada. So it is made of some sweet layer on top of it made of that, and we use as naan as also made of that. So say no, we should not use it. Chhod diya. I'm really mean toward you. Okay, I left it at that particular moment. Then next one is coming out. Okay, diary. Oh man, we also a cow. We considered a very sacred, and we actually take that milk as a prasadam and do it A1, A2, all those type of a milk. And she said no diary. In fact, I think the third or the fourth day that is coming up and said that no diary. They shown video. Okay, that's the day I felt it. Why did I watch that video? That's the day I stopped it also. I'll go a little bit quick. I'm sorry I've taken a lot of time in this. Reduce grains because my lifestyle was sedentary and say reduce grains. Yes, I did that. Craving control was a little bit challenging for me. And I also used some tips probably I will talk about later. And I was able to control it. Next one is called I sleep like a baby. Wow, it looks like very easy. And there was also a quick questionnaire which indicate that how do we sleep today. My condition at that particular time called an alert zone. That means I was not sleeping, not only duration. How do we sleep is also matters. That was in alert zone for me. Now, still it's not the best. I was in something called a better zone. Because of the preparing for this, I did the same questionnaire again. If anyone interested, I'll follow that. And they say something as a villains. Actually, they are my friends. Especially this. This is my friend. It is a gadget, mobile phone, and it's considered as a villain at that. And I believe it radiates something called a blue light, and we don't see it on screen. That actually makes our own mind, which is much more active, even in the nth moment of a sleeping, which supposed to calm down. It is not calming down at all. So there are some solutions as suggested in a reading or looking at your some hobby and the family time. That's why the reading. I thought I'm happy. This I attended this forum. Oh, I'm doing it, but this forum also said your readings in the wrong tool. That is through my Kindle. Kindle was my friend. Then I forced myself. I didn't believe that. I think I took almost around 6 months to convince myself to enter into paper mode. Now I read more primarily for a paper mode. Next one is interesting. Celebrate movement. Uh, because you saw my BMI was a 33. Even I wanted to do it, was not supporting. I was meeting one of my family friend 4 weeks back. She said, "I met you somewhere." That's how she invited me inside because I went there and to invite for our family function which happened yesterday. And she said she was observing me because she was in my neighborhood. Even my walking was difficult. Okay, she said that I'm taking the heavy breath to walk it also to sometimes and things like that. So I ignored this particular habit for till my BMI come to my control. Probably till October, I think October, November I reduced. Yeah, I started the yoga beginner class of Satvik movement again in October. I did Swadharma in January, and we have one different person in our group, and they are a taskmaster. Thanks for that. And I didn't have an option to follow it religiously. Then again, at the end of January, in fact, we have another our own running club called Run Addicts. That is, it started almost 8 years back. I joined them. I was observing how it is all started. I ignored them again. And this time I joined their 100 day walking challenge, not even running challenge, and started that thing as we speak now. I just finished that and came in. And hopefully, I will do this a marathon in December 25. One of the member in this team, I promised them probably I will run with them at the end of the year sometime. Next thing, something is very, very touchy for me. And what he really talks about, what he saw, it is something is you can do it, you can feel it, you can material think about. This one is a little bit challenging where the Satvik really things comes in. Okay, I would like to spend some time on this. Next one is called an habit 5 called nourish relationship. Looks like it's very easy. Kya hai relationship? We talk to people and things like that. And what really, in that they talked about, one is that there is a lot of things in ours, things because we are have our own filter in front of us. We have some of our emotions, we block ourselves. We are not able to open it up. There is multiple techniques of opening the emotions, but we don't know. We block it ourselves. And there is some situations which probably happened in our past, which is stuck to in us, and always give that feel of make you down when you make you down. You know what happens if someone, have an habit of alcohol, you know what we do with that. So these things actually take us really down. In fact, I talked about the body, mind, and the soul. This is where actually calls the mind and the soul, intersection is. In fact, I will give one of the example. In fact, I have three example. I don't think I can tell all of them. Really took that courage to do that. I will read out that probably. Hopefully, I can sail through this particular touchy moment. Let me try.
So you can take your time through the presentations as well.
Sure, sure,
The
sure, no problem. Yeah,
session
yeah.
is going wonderful. We are just hooked to you.
So this is a story of re-establishing a relationship. Now I'm saying that probably I'm disclosing my age also. You guys can start guessing it now, which I didn't want to do. So resolving one of the old issue of 40 plus years, 40 plus years. Okay, I know some of you are not born also at that. And this is with my friend. Once I'm deep that both of us become very emotional at that moment. I took a courage. I'm writing a note, and I was waiting for his response. I know that both of us are in some WhatsApp group, but it was our greetings all very, very customary, not really heart to heart when we led a life like that earlier. I know that he was very active at 5 to 6 o'clock. I also active at that time. I wrote the note. I will read out the note shortly. And I think I wrote around 5:15 or something like that. I was anxiously waiting response. Kya hoga? No response at 6. No response at 7. I know he'll get busy after 7. No response at 8. Oh God, I started feeling a little bit jittery, not feel good. And I think if Subha didn't I do that job well. 9, again no. Finally at 9:50 I got a response. I was not very comfortable to open it also, but I just it popped up. I took a courage to read. I will read his first, then I will read mine. He said, Chida, I became emotional after a long time. Your words of humility and remembering all those moments is truly a sign of kind heartedness. Friends like you were always a source of strength and inspiration to me at that time, especially during my 12th standard. I can't forget. In fact, he always uses a pride. He tells in his next generation also, which I was not very happy. Let me explain that. From scratch to overtaking you in mathematics, for which you were a champion at that time. And it was his journey of around 8, 9 months at that time. Okay. That situation which I underwent probably made me a strong person, and any challenges further were treated by me as only an opportunity to excel. Thanks, dear, for your kind words and humbleness. No regrets at all. All things happens for a good reason. You may be wondering what is this his response is. You don't know the background is except little bit about his educational or alignment with the mathematics. So let me spill the beans. This is what I wrote to him, which I wanted to write 2 to 3 years earlier also. Somehow that feeling was always there in my mind, especially that become a little bit stronger when I lost my father in 2020. This is what I wrote. We spent a lot of good time in our childhood together in cricket, funny and silly act, steady of course. Thanks for being in my life at that stage. I have sweet memories of the same. particularly our interaction during plus two and mentoring, confessing in front of Triveni. Triveni is his elder sister. We used to do a lot of silly nonsense stuff, but I don't know, she was so connected. We used to go and confess in front of her. Is still in my memory. Driving in your own father's car, 1960s ka tha, that itself is an adventure, is another experience though. I know during those budding days, you had a major setback in life. Losing both of your parents in the span of couple of years. The age of exploring and enjoying the life suddenly become void and all alone. I still remember the day your father demise when I had my exam to attend. Visited you, enter the exam hall later. I didn't know how to express my feelings on that day, but I saw a blank face of yours. As a friend at that time, I wanted to be with you and support you emotionally. But my education focus slowly detached myself with you. Doing introspection now looks like it was a stupid act. I don't know. I can say sorry for the same now, but the guilt carried my life for a long time till today. This is what I wrote last. I know it was difficult for you during those days being alone and limited support from family and friends, but your focus to fight the battle was amazing. It was a life lesson and a role model for a lot of people. Your leadership attributes evident at that time itself. During the cricket, he was a captain for us, which you nurtured well and become a successful person in life. I'm proud of you and cherish our interactions. If possible, please excuse me my childish behavior at that time. Good luck for your life. Enjoy every moment of it. I know you are doing it. In fact, he is a very known personality as we speak now, very busy. In fact, he is associated with a, uh, a social movement called a Lions Club. He's a district governor, which has around 10,000 people under his governorship now. Very busy people. I feel proud for him. Yes, that's my story with him. So after seeing his response at around 9:50, that gave me courage. I'm a complex guy in my version 1.0. बहुत गलत किया हूं मैंने. So I thought I'll unknot some more, in the rope of my life. So I took the challenge of doing with two more friends. So in the next 1 week, I wrote to another two of them. Another one person, he's also, both of them doing really good. And another one person also responded very, very positively. The third person shocked to know I did all of them at that particular time. At least he responded neutrally, but not positive though. With all this exercise, I felt I really found the power of nourishing relationship. I think all of you know wherever I go, wherever I talk, I know networking has become my life now. I talk to people. I know some of my family members also here in this talk now. None of us know how can I talk more than 3 minutes. That's who I am. So at least in whole of this, I have a satisfaction today. I really what I had in mind, which was blocked in my life for a long time. I just gave one example. Sorry, I didn't want to get choked. I did a couple of times. I'll move forward. Next one, this is very, very interesting. Leave with a purpose worth jumping out of the bed for. Oh man, what does this mean? That means we will jump from the bed every day. I remember one of the quote which Kalamji was saying that dream in such a way that you won't get a sleep, not dreaming in the sleep. In fact, I was started looking into, I also established a purpose for my life thanks to Yukti, and she helped us. How do we set the goal? In fact, I have a goal for what I need to do for next 10 years. She was not happy with that. Asked me to convert into yearly. Yes, I have one. She is not happy with that. She asked me convert that into monthly. Yes, I have that too. Still, she's not happy with that. You guys are wondering what is happening. So I have a daily goal. I need to update every day how did I progress. When we have so much of that, the purpose is converted into your daily activities are, and there is no other option, we'll jump from the bed out. Every day I really mean I jump from the bed. I really get physically sick very, very rare in the last 8 to 10 months. I do had 1 or 2 days. In fact, with some of the people I was chatting, late in the night, even 12, 1 o'clock. But I wake up at 4. My body clock is tuned to it. People started asking, is this your energy is low later? Answer is no. In fact, I have tons of energy as we go forward. So what is the purpose? I set it for myself. With the age what I am in, I thought I got everything from the universe as much as possible. Now I'm looking at how can I give it back. In that giving back, the first thing I need to give it for myself too. I was a highly self-critical person. Critic, I'm talking on the negative way. You've seen that in my first slide. And I'm serving myself. I make myself happy in the multiple ways. Serving with the family wherever is possible, with the community. I know Nokia was very proud having this tagline, connecting people. I really taken that. Connecting people is, I really feel good and proud about it. And what UHC said, ultimate health lies not just telling alive. I don't know, somehow it's got clicked. See, I can make that. I know. Yeah. But in finding something to live for, it is not staying alive, but finding something to live for. Why don't living? That is what actually ultimate health is. That is what, according to me, Satvik life is. Satvik health is all. I move to the next one. Next one. This is the one which also looks very, very abstract. Probably I talked about the body, mind, and the soul. This is where actually comes to the soul part of mode. Live in the mode of surrender. Surrender, I knew all of them in the name of, as lost option. Kuch nahi bachaye, go and say, done, surrender. Answer is no, it is not that. He says that trust the green line. It's basically everyone has a plan. Even I have a plan. I just explained that. But not everything goes as per the plan. You have an option. When things doesn't go as per the plan, shall we get stuck in that thought process? Invite that negativity and lose whole of our day, months and years, whichever was in the initial part of the year, last year though, or come back as a phoenix, a mythical bird, and look into that, take course correction, and bring back to what is your goal is. The green line says basically always God or superpower has their own plan for you. You have your plan, they have their plan, but the plan will go whatever it is it possible for you to converge? If you converge, then I say body, mind and soul, the soul you will go towards that. And also another very, very important one I learned, focus on the effort, on the movement, not necessary on the result. Result will automatically will come. I know all of us have an anxious to get our results. We always want that marks higher, but focus on the efforts what we put in. We can't put an effort 20%, expect the magic to happen. I strongly believe the universe or a God will only help you provided you are in the driver's seat. Help you if you are putting your step on the accelerator. It will help you to accelerate further, but it won't accelerate for you. In fact, it's helping me out in that. That is the way I surrender. When we say surrender, typically we go to temples or any spiritual places. Yes, I also started visiting temples. My visiting temples earlier was more customary. Now, really, we go with my mind and heart. I started visiting temples of knowledge. First temple is my temple of knowledge. I said Yukti. I'll just give a little bit of it. By the way, the three of them, what I'm talking, I'm not promoting any one of them here. I'm just sharing my journey here. Okay? Yukti is she's a professional coach. She's actually she was also in the glamorous world. She is, if I'm not wrong, I think Mrs. India runners-up in her early part of her life, and she converted into a spiritual coach. She coaches to all professional organizations are, and she also a lot of accolades, part of hers. Very recently, she also got in Economic Times Best Professional Coach Award. She has influenced me. I enrolled to her one of the leadership program called 4Cs. Is a four principles of the leadership: communication, critical thinking, and something like that. And her uniqueness is something called as servant leadership. I was always looking for something like that. That is her USP is. So I started embracing that. We have a mechanism of discussing a topic of a leadership once in a month through reflective questions. We have some emotional patterns observing. We do meditation. We do have a retreats. We learn different techniques, and we have a strong alumni network. We call them masterminds, where we discuss various aspects of the leadership. She has her leadership channel, but she won't call that another channel. She calls that as a satsang. I think all of us know what a satsang means. She calls it a leadership satsang. This helped me to strengthen my mind and soul part of the overall import. I became more resilient, curious. I think you guys also told me sometime when the way I asked a question, all of them came through how. I was not in that way. I was wondering if I ask a question, what people think. Open, adaptable, persuasive in many situations. She is indeed a coach. She's not a mentor. She's a coach. She will help us to discover myself. She won't give us solutions, anything ready-made. Again, emphasizing that I'm not selling anything about her. I'm just saying what is the impact she made it. That is one of my temple of my knowledge as we speak now. Next one, this is a new one which I've discovered, veganism. It's not a vegan. Again, with the Satvik movement, I embraced vegan very easily because I'm a vegetarian, dairy chodna tha. Dairy choda, it's become veganism, something is much, much beyond that. I really got that feel of that when I attended the vegan festival, which happens every year in Sadhana Forest in Pondicherry. I know I saw Shruti also join. I'm assuming she's still online. Myself, Shruti, and one more person went together. And that 3 days gave me really, really strong message. Veganism is not just being vegan. I was always talking about all environmental related issues becoming happen. Our own foil fuels are. We came to know it is not. It is happening because of the animal agriculture. That word also I heard it for the first time. Animal grazing for food. So that actually made me a shift. There was a person, Shailendra, in the last session of that was so strong on me. I felt, oh, this is what it means. So my wardrobe is changed, not more because of my physical changes. Of course, where that also is changed. And also I started using more of a natural based fabrics now rather than artificial and petroleum based. Started looking for networking opportunity much more. I'm exploring developing a networking platform if possible to connect all the vegan gang or the Satvik gang together. All of us are somehow fragmented today. Hopefully, I can make that happen. Yeah, next one. This one I won't tell that. I want one of you tell that because so far almost 40 minutes I'm talking. What is my next temple of knowledge? Any guesses? I want to hear the words because I talk so much so far. Any guess? I'm not able to see you, anyone, because I'm in a full screen. You need to speak. I know you guys are not that silent, yeah. Okay, let me do that. Probably still Saturday morning syndrome. But
Jyotsna ji just answered, I think.
oh, is it? Sorry, I didn't see it. I was looking for a voice. So, okay, this is what it is. In fact, I know we just had first birthday. I shared one of my birthday note. In fact, I prepared two of them. The second one is, you know, a temple of knowledge. Is our own bibliophile community. It also gives, the picture. I have another article I wrote, a small one. Read it out. Okay. Happy first birthday. I didn't publish it. This past year has been seen for our little community blossom into something truly special. A century of book lovers, much like a temple for the devotees. We come here for so many reasons, echoing the spirit of those who seek solace and connection in sacred spaces. For us, the cherished books we read and discuss are our sanctorium, the most sacred part of our shared experience. All of us, what is sanctorium is. Our virtual gathering place, the Google Meet link, is our mantapam in temple where we all come together, and our own winding conversation about the worlds with those pages are like pradakshina path, circling and deepening our understanding. In fact, we spend time even after our sessions too. Moreover, the book reviews shared here are akin to our enlightening discourse of our gurus, offering wisdom and different viewpoints of the text we explore. But I have not done it. I have another two paragraphs. Please bear with me. Looking back at this first year, the offerings of the TBS has been truly amazing. We have found a way to connect with something greater through a power of literature, experiencing a unique spiritual connection. The calm and focused discussions have brought a sense of peace and positive energy in our days, amplified by the incredible support we receive from each other. Our shared reading journeys are undoubtedly contributed to our spiritual and intellectual growth. Our sharing circles are like bustling festivals in the temple where we celebrate diverse perspective and cultural insights. TBF has encouraged us to explore and understand the essence of stories, much like appreciating the depth of the traditions. Through events and the competitions, TBS has provided opportunities for engagement and a sense of community service to our own growth. Every time we log in and share, we feel a positive vibration, a collective upliftment fueled by the constant encouragement and support within our community. Thank you, TBF, for creating the wonderful temple of books for us, where we learn from each other's insight, like sacred teachings, and constantly uplifting the positive energy and unwavering support of our fellow members. May your light continue and shine brightly. Happy first birthday. So I talked about the temple, Sabhi ho gaya. I guess anyone, at least I want someone to speak now. Who is a priest of this temple? I think in South India, priest plays very major role because they won't allow to go to sanatorium at all. Who's the priest? Boliye sir, please.
Authors, authors,
Sorry.
authors.
Palak,
Yeah.
Palak is our priest.
Well,
Well, look, yeah.
sir, I think the priest itself can tell about himself or herself.
Thank you very much, Palak. I know when you started, I didn't. I don't know. You knew what are the things it is unfolded for all of us here. Thank you very much. I know I'm taking a little bit time. I think I'm a little bit behind schedule. I'll go for. Okay, I did this. Okay. Yes, this is another one. Thanks to Swadharma. I know it was also there in UHC also, but I was not very positive about it. Writing, yes, okay, type of the things are. And coincidentally, in the Sadharma, I was interested with an responsibility of, putting the journaling questions every day. Thanks for doing it. That really helped me out. Then I understand the different journaling techniques. I heard that journaling itself, there are a lot of books is written on that. I'm not sure who's involved. I believe some 3 or 4 people who's got involved to craft those questions to us for the 25 days. I did religiously followed in the month of January, and now I'm following at least 3 of them very religiously. Number one, affirmation. It really doing a wonders for me in the affirmation. I used to always write what I want to be. I think in one of the correction sessions, I heard that is not want to be written, what you are to be written. That means what you are in future need to be written today. So I write that as I'm one of the very calm and composed person. I'm really not. A lot of people say that, okay? Affirmation really helping me out. Next one, what really does a wonder? In fact, it's also doing a wonder in my corporate world also. In my own, we did a behavioral, test. I did that multiple times in the last 4 years. We did it recently in the March. For the first time in the last 35 years of my career, my behavior is more people oriented. Okay, we do something called a DISC. This is one of the behavioral, framework. In that, I called for an influence and more of a people-centric person. I never was. Okay, all my data was also saying that the first time, again, thanks to gratitude, I practiced this almost in the last 6 months now, and that really making a wonders. Thank you for that. Along with that, I do something called a reflective session. That is more of a free flow thought. In fact, my Yukti was also saying it. Don't hold the thoughts what comes in, particularly when you have a high energy. I really write fast, and whatever comes in, I will write it. Not necessarily everything I'll read back. Sometimes I read a paragraph. Nowadays, it will. I'll take around 2 pages of writing it. That will tell the whole story of what previous day happens to me. During that reflection, I also got an opportunity to see how the whole day is gone, go in a minute level, and do send a gratitude message to people. Now, with all this thing I said, I'm coming to the stores. Okay, whatever you have done, it is all fine. You thought it's a journey. You want to know what is the result, right? So this is my scorecard as of today. The BMI is reduced from 32 to 22. Some people ask me about my weight. I use it in this word terminology called BMI, that is comfortable, much very easier. 22 is considered much comfortable, is in the green. Okay, I think 19 to 24 is in the green. 33 was a deep red. I achieved this BMI after 20 plus years. Anytime I do blood checkup, I used to do a preventive checkup because our corporate also demands that. Cholesterol is part of me. The hair, good, bad, everything was part of me. In fact, sometime one of the doctors suggested you should take some blood thinners also, which I didn't take it. Now cholesterol is a history. सर्फ एक्सेल का ऐड आता है, ढूंढते रह जाओगे. Now investigators is trying to find out where the cholesterol is from. I do a lot of spiritual trips now, that is helping and nurturing my own mind and the soul. Visit a lot of spiritual places. Thanks to sadhana, I visited Aruvile. That is where the first in my life felt or experienced the sound, I really mean sound, of my own normal breathing. It was so loud, my breathing itself is so loud in that. It's called silence. I forgot the name exactly. Some Matru Mandir, that's a word, Matru Mandir. It's very difficult to get that appointment. Luckily, I got appointment in the first turn itself. I think myself, Shruti, and one more person, we three have went there. Art of Living is just 15 minutes from my house. I was wondering why I'm not using it. Thanks to Josna ji as well as my energy sessions, Vinita ji, and both of the follows Art of Living practices a lot. More than the energy sessions, we had very interesting post energy sessions conversation that helped me out. I think I should take advantage of. Now I'm a regular visitor to that place. I visited last week also there. And I also visit Isha wherever is possible. I'm just giving some examples of what I do, along with talking to people and networking wherever is possible. Pune is probably will become my second home for another 2 years because my brother is going to stay there. And Osho, okay, is actually he has his heart there. Osho retreat or ashram is 30 minutes from my walking from my brother's house. I went and visited when I visited Pune last time. I'm visiting again. Probably I will stay or do some meditation there too. I'm also looking at to visit Ramana Maharishi ashram in Tirunamalai. That is also called one of the energy source of Lord Shiva. And also already talking to them. If everything goes well in August, I will be there. I think all of you know the networking, what I do. Sometimes I do a lot of crazy networking things. Or now it happens to me very natural. Even after this, I'm visiting Shruti, who's also bibliophile. She invited me for breakfast. She stays around 3 kilometers away from my house. Volunteering is becoming my very natural now. I did volunteer to one of our cultural event which was happening in neighborhood in the last 28 years. I never knew it. Mentoring, I also mentoring the needy. I just completed one mentoring session with one of the girl engineering student in Pune again. She's from Solapur. Telling her non-technical stuff, how do we actually lead the life is through an NGO called Mentor to Go. While doing all of them, a lot of people ask me the question, where do you have time? Yes, I also felt that I need more than 24 hours. I also felt it's not real to expect that 24 hours because whatever I ask it, God won't give it. As a grace, they will give it probably on 10-20 seconds extra because of the leap year adjustment. What we do, in fact, I heard one of the quote also, only the busiest people in the world will have time to learn more. When I heard that phrase for the first time, I said, wow, that is exactly what is. That means basically they're saying that you prioritize what you want to do in life. That really helping me out to structure everything. Probably I'm doing a lot of extreme. My family is not happy because my day from 4 o'clock till night 10 o'clock, including the weekends, everything is my Google Calendar, which they are not very happy with that. But that's how I'm structured and see that how things goes. Having said all of the positive things, still I'm not good at, okay? My B12 and D deficiency still continued. I'm still looking for naturally. I just heard natural supplements is not very easy to get it. Probably I need to use synthetic one, not necessarily animal based. I may go to the synthetic supplements for the beet work. I'm still working on the nourishing relationship. I know you heard something is there is some deep rooted uh, intimate relationship is still very strong, negative. I'm still working on that. Hopefully, by end of the year, that will also will change. Okay, with all these things, what I talked about, I'm also planning to expanding my horizons if everything goes well. Now you can very clearly say this guy is a pagal. Okay, so marathon karna chahta hu. I never sing, even in from voice doesn't come from it. Thanks to Richa ji, she wanted to help me out to tell me a little bit of the music stuff. If everything goes well, by next birthday of ours, I may sing a song. I want to do an hiking. We in our own vegan network, there is a subgroup. The way in Satvik group we have a TBF, one subgroup which are focused only on the hiking. I just got connected with them. Probably I may do that. I definitely would like to write a book. You guys are seeing some samples of writing these days, more like a blog and things like that. I'll convert into it. There's another one which we are creating it. I'm not sure Sindhu is there here. Is another our family member, and we are creating a family tree. Okay, officially through a tool is available, and being we have really very huge, our family structure very complex also, and at least 2 3 generation is very easy to do. That means myself, my next generation, and my parent. 3 generation very easy because it's visible. Then we extended to my grandfather. That brought around 70 75 people together. Now we are extending my father. That will give to 5 generation now. We are not there yet. We done around 135 people so far we connected. That means through the tool. The tool itself crashed 2 or 3 times because so much of interconnections are there. And hopefully in another month or so we'll connect both of them. We are expecting around 500 people will come under this network. We want to really visualize who we are. We don't know each other's at all. We are within the same family, have the DNA, and things are so. Oh, I forgot one more. I entered kitchen. Thanks to this festivities come in, my mom need to go home here. I didn't have any other option of entering the kitchen. So in the last 3 weeks, I'm in the kitchen at least for an hour. So I'm also enjoying that. I do have some cuts in my fingers because I didn't know how to use knife. Now I'm become slowly an expert. Now I can peel very easily and enjoy that food too. Okay, I guess this is my last. This I picked up in one of the quote which Subha has mentioned it. She picked up as one of the Tibetan proverb. The secret of a long sattvic life, it says eat half, walk double, laugh triple, and love without measure. I know we are all TVF and for us read lot of books. Even some of you are not subscribed. Please subscribe now. I know people reading what 200, 300 pages a day now in the event which is going on. Okay, at least I'm enjoying it. I'm also stealing time here and there, even my festivities. And please read lot of them. Thank you. I think that's my last.